Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. So a friend of mine a little while back decided he'd had enough of a loose floorboard on the landing and decided he'd kind of make sure it didn't squeak anymore when someone stood on it early hours in the morning going to the bathroom and it squeaked. So he got a nice big hammer, a juicy long nail, and decided to whack the floorboard down so it wouldn't move because it was kind of rocking on a board like this. What he didn't realise, of course, was that there was a pipe under there, and the reason it was rocking was because the pipe wasn't buried deep enough, it wasn't cutting the knockings low enough, so therefore the floorboard was resting on it and kind of moving like this. So, well, obviously he whacked the nail into the floorboard straight through the central heating pipe. That's pretty disastrous, isn't it? Now, this video is not just about that kind of thing happening, but a leak on central heating, no matter what it is, could be something else that's caused it. That's just an idle demonstration of what can happen. So, what do? Now, this is one of the instances where it's probably a good thing to have a combi boiler, because you will get an initial big gush if, say, this is the landing upstairs where your leak is, and it will power through for a little while, but once the pressure eases off, it will slow down, quite visibly kind of slow down and dribble out. Still be enough probably to make a big hole in the ceiling, don't get me wrong, but it kind of is off, because if you've got a combi boiler, you've no need to turn the water off. Yeah, no need at all. It's going to slow down on its own anyway. On the other hand, if you've got an F&E system, then the little tank in the loft, the feeder, will keep on filling to make up for the loss, so that as the water comes out, so water is going in, so the pressure is maintained, and my heck, you want to get that water off as fast as you can. And if the stopcock is in a terrible place, so the usual things, you can't get the water off, get it up into the loft space and tie the ball valve up in that little small header tank, the feed tank. I usually use a piece of wood across the top, tie a bit of string across it, hold the arm up so that no water is allowed to go into the tank anymore. That will fix the thing from filling up anymore, but what we've got to do really pronto and quick now is to drain the system out before too much comes through. So this is where we've got to find one of these. There's mine there. Mine is part of a rad valve. It's a kind of drain rad valve, but that drain cock there on the end is the thing you've got to find. It will be somewhere downstairs. It's a good idea to locate it before you get any trouble, if you get any, so that you know where it is, and also to make sure that it actually works and the washer's not stuck down or anything like that. Anyway, once you've found that, then you find yourself a hose pipe. Now, with your hose on, firmly on the end of the towel there, got a couple of options. I've got a small spanner, always handy, or a little adjustable here, nice little tiny one that fits on there, a treat. I'm going to use a spanner, always better if you can. Okay, now that way is off, okay, rightly, down lefty, loosey. So on it goes there, and we turn it down like this. We just keep turning it until water comes out of the hose at the other end. And if you wonder where this hose is going, yes, it's going into the garden outside. Don't put it on your grass though, it does kill it. Try and get it in a drain if you can. Okay, when it's run and it's started to run, if you live in a house, then pop upstairs, and as it's draining, start to let air into all the radiator valves by opening the air bleed on the end of the radiators. Gradually they will suck air in and the water will suck out, and the leak will stop when it drops below wherever the leak is. Then you could actually come back and turn this off. But I like to empty the whole lot myself. Once you've started, you might as well, obviously once it is all drained out, probably best to empty all your rads of air water by opening the air valve, okay, even the downstairs ones. When it's all finished, then turn this back off again by going the other way. Okay, back to off there, and then repair the leak, fix the leak, and all will be good again. Fill up and do all the usual. If you've got a combi, you know you've got to repressurize and get the air out. If you've got an F&E, you know you've got to refill the tank up the loft and get all the air out again out of all the radiators. There's several little bits good for fixing leaks. These are great for if you have put a nail through the central heating pipe and it's across a joist. All we've got to do is cut the joist a little bit deeper first before you fit it, and cut the pipe either side of the joist, and you can slide one of these couplings on, and you know that you're never going to put a nail through that, so you won't repeat the situation you just had. One of the old favourites, of course, is the old Jubilee clip and a bit of rubber, you know. If you've not got any materials to use, you'll do it temporary until you get it fixed properly. There's all these other little bits and pieces here, all using bits of rubber and clamps, etc. But the proper job, remember, is always best. I prefer not to use push fit stuff, but that's me. But obviously you can use push fit fittings, of course, to get around it. But I like a bit more of a solid job myself. But there you are, that's up to you. There you go then, that's about it. I hope that's been of some help to you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Darren and 33, all my stuff, you know where to go. Thanks guys, bye bye.